Hi, I'm Chris. This is a replay of a game of Jeskai Ascendancy against a broken Electrodominance deck. This is game 3. In game 1, they balanced me on turn 2. I'm hoping that doesn't happen again. Anyway, we're going to watch through this replay. I'll talk through it really quickly. The goal here is to talk about how to win with this deck, and the lesson 1 of how to win with this deck is to think of the following question. First, assume you can win, and assuming you can win the game, think about how you can lose the game. So, just show you how that gets put into practice. So, we're keeping this hand, we're on the draw. If we get turn 2 balanced, we're probably dead, but again, make sure that you follow the first section here. We probably can't beat a turn 2 balance. So we're going to keep this, just play a bird, see what happens. So let's watch their first turn. Their first turn, they go Faithless Looting. Faithless Looting is fine. It means that they're just setting up, but it's bad news for us if they discard As Foretold. Their deck is full of free spells, and As Foretold is one of the 2 ways that they cast those free spells. That means they have the better one in their hand, Electrodominance, so something bad is about to happen on turn 2. Whatever, we don't have any good way to do anything other than just play our bird. If we just Serum Visions turn 1, we're giving up explosiveness, so just cast the bird. One thing that's worth noting here is that we boarded in a bunch of silences. If you silence them on their Electrodominance in response to Electrodominance, they won't be able to cast the free spell, so it kind of counters it. Don't have any white mana, so that wasn't really an option. Whatever. Okay, anyway, if they balance us, things look bad. Hopefully they draw 3. Here's a okay, so we get balanced. That's great. This is modern. Um, Sack our bird. They have to sack a land, which is kind of nice. But then we have to discard 4 cards. This is not really a hard choice. We have to keep a dork to win. We're assuming we can win, right? So we're going to keep a dork because we're going to draw a Jeskai Ascendancy at some point. And then, well, we need to look for some cards, and we need to find cards quickly. So since we have specific cards in mind that we need specifically lands and specifically Jeskai Ascendancy, we're going to keep the Sleight of Hand. Serum Visions is better for long setups, but this doesn't look like we get a long setup. Okay. This happens sometimes. Sometimes you draw the best card off the top of your deck. This is part of why you assume that you can win the game, because you know, play to your outs, sometimes you draw them. So we draw our Jeskai Ascendancy, cast Sleight of Hand, find a land, everything's perfect. I mean, it's not perfect, but... Okay, please don't hurt us anymore. It looks like the opponent's turn 3 is Thought Scour and put 2 Arclight Phoenixes in the graveyard. Okay. Anyway, it's pretty clear now that we can win. So we have our 2 pieces, we have enough lands to cast our 2 pieces, so we don't really have to worry about that anymore. Now we just have to think about how we can possibly lose the game. Playing this combo deck, you just try to think of all the ways that you can possibly lose. With this combo, there's usually 2 choke points. One is mana, and one is number of cards in your hand. Jeskai Ascendancy gives you a bunch of loots, so you have to make sure you have enough cards to loot away. So how can we lose this game? The main way it looks like we're going to be able to lose this game is by running out of cards, because we discarded 4 cards to a turn 2 balance. Okay, anyway, so how can we lose? We can lose by running out of cards, by doing things like playing unnecessary lands that don't do anything. Keep this land. Don't play it. So we'll cast Sylvan Caryatid. This land is enabling our combo. We're thinking of it as a combo piece. It's just a thing we're going to discard. Okay, they go turn 4 as foretold. Now we're no, we're glad there's no more balances. At least they're not drawing a million cards. I don't know. Seems great. On to our turn. On our turn, we're going to cast our Jeskai Ascendancy. We need to draw some cantrips to win. That's pretty much the best cantrip. Unfortunately, it's the cantrip that is the most mana negative. So if we're keeping in mind this idea that we have to remember how we can possibly lose, one way to lose is to play this land. The other way to lose is to run out of mana. So we need to think about the amount of mana in our mana pool as we're casting, especially since we're not playing a third land. Okay, they're doing a turn 5. Hopefully we don't die here. Oh, it's Serum Visions, Electrodominance, Bolt Your Face, Double Phoenix. Okay, modern, whatever. Okay, so now we're going to try to do our combo turn. We're doing it. We're going to cast our Glittering Wish. We're going to Glittering Wish for plus cards. The Scarscale Ritual gives us cards. The problem is that Glittering Wish for Scarscale Ritual takes us from the 3 mana on board down to 2 mana, and then when we cast Scarscale Ritual, we'll have 1 mana left. So since we're keeping in mind how can we lose the game, how can we lose the game is now we can only run out of mana. We can't run out of cards anymore because we were clever and didn't play our land. This means that we're not going to play Scarscale Ritual as soon as we go get it. So we'll loot away some bad cards, go get Scarscale Ritual. But it's important that we not cast it right now. If we cast it right now, we're going to go from 2 mana down to 1. And going from 2 mana down to 1 means that there are some dead cards in our deck like Manamorphose. Manamorphose can save us, it can protect us from running out of mana if we draw it before our Scarscale Ritual, but it cannot save us if we draw it after Scarscale Ritual here. If we draw it after Scarscale Ritual, we're probably going to have to play the land to cast it, which is us dying. So we feel like plus cards is solved because we kept these 2 cards in our hand. Now we're going to just go look for something that's plus mana to find plus mana before we cast the ritual. Another Serum Visions. Looting, bottom everything. We're just looking for plus mana. 0 drops, Manamorphose. 2 Manamorphoses! Okay, now we can't lose. Okay, that's the end of this. I mean, I'll just let this play for a little while. I think the opponent concedes pretty soon after this, but just remember that when you're playing this deck, you want to first assume you can win, and then once you assume you can win, well, try to figure out all the ways you can lose and keep track of those. Don't play extra lands. Wait, are we going to run out of spell? Oh, no, we're fine. Okay, good game. Give up, opponent.